How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 46 of our West Ham United career mode, and we just have one game to go before we get into the January transfer window. We do have a little bit of housekeeping beforehand. You can see a little bit of info to get out. Mark Noble has accepted our contract offer, so we don't have to worry about him potentially going away on a free transfer. We also have a little bit of an injury update. Winston Reid has picked up a bruised shoulder. He'll be out for 5 days, so it'll be tough to see if he will be able to be fit in time for our Manchester United matchup. And we also then have a youth report where we get a scouting report back, and you see Lewis Nerney we actually did sign to go to our youth squad. So we're building up a pretty big youth squad at this moment in time. We'll just have to see how many of them actually come into the team. And finally, Danny Potts said he's happy to get some first team action. Obviously, he did just play one game, but he did score in that game, so could bode well for his future at the club to see if he could maybe get a little bit more action. But that is neither here nor there. It's yet to be seen. We come into a game at Old Trafford, take on Manchester United, second place, just a point ahead of us in the table, 6 points off of Chelsea, who are just absolutely dominant in this moment in time. They haven't even lost a game yet. 18 games through the season, so it's just unbelievable how well they're playing. But behind them, it's very, very tight. You can see Arsenal, us, Manchester City, all level on 35 points. United then just a point ahead with 36. So it's going to be very tough. Of course, a really tough lineup United's throwing out there. Rooney, Chicharito up top, Di Maria, Blin, Mata. Lovely team they've put together. We come out with a strong team here. Valencia and Carroll up top, Downing behind them, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Delph, Chiante in the midfield, Nkulu and Tompkins, Creswell, Jenkinson, and Adrian in goal. So pretty much one of our strongest 11s we can have here. And then the setting is set. The ball is ready to be kicked, and this is just going to be a huge matchup to really see how we're doing. Also, we've struggled away from home a bit this season, obviously losing to Chelsea away from home, and then getting smacked by Arsenal 2-1, but that was a home game, actually. So we've also lost to Stoke City away from home. So, of course, 2 losses away from home. Not the best of form. We've been very, very good at Upton Park, but away from home, we've just struggled just that little bit. So hopefully we can turn it around here with a huge matchup against a team that we haven't done poorly against in the past. Obviously, we lost to United, I think, 2-0 at Old Trafford last year, and we drew 0-0 at home. So definitely not a team we've done bad against, but certainly not our best results. Adrian with a wonderful save against Wayne Rooney to keep things 0-0 in the early going. And we had a few chances in the first probably 20 minutes. I thought we did have the better of the play here. Valencia played throughout wide by a Carl Jenkinson ball. In looking for Andy Carroll. Gets a head on it. Lindegaard comes for the punch, and it just goes inches wide for us. But United then on the counter here, swiftly coming forward in the 36th minute. Wayne Rooney with the ball out to his left. He lays it back into Juan Mata, the former Chelsea player. Then plays it into Chicharito, the former Real Madrid loanee. Back to Wayne Rooney, the England captain. Out wide to the former Roma man, Miralem Pjanic. He jerks around with the ball, turns inside, and just puts his shot inches wide of Adrian's right post. So luckily for us, we do hold the lead as United. We're getting a little bit of pressure. Downing foots the ball and looking for the head of Fabian Delph. Actually gets a head on, and Lindegaard does make the save. So some early chances here in the first half for us. Delph, though, gives away the ball. It's eventually played to Rooney through to Chicharito. He's in alone on goal. Thankfully, Adrian coming out and challenging maybe puts him off just a bit, and his shot goes inches wide of the post. Nothing we would have been able to do there. Tompkins went in for the sliding block, and thankfully, the Mexican's not able to hit the mark. But Rooney plays the ball into Juan Mata, who's picked up a yellow card. He plays it through to Pjanic, looks back towards Juan Mata, and a great challenge by James Tompkins is able to keep the ball away from Mata's lethal left foot and able to allow Adrian to pick it up and keep things clear. Valencia then with a little bit of a header. He doesn't get a ton of power, and it's a simple save for Lindegaard. And would that be the moment that causes us to pay? Pjanic lays the ball out wide to Rafael, the Brazilian, on the overlap out wide. Plays it back into Miralem Pjanic. He gets around Tompkins, and Nkulu comes over for the block. And it's a great finish by the former Roma midfielder. He's done really, really well there just to hold the ball off from Tompkins. Nkulu comes over to try and make a block, but he just slides it through his legs and into the back of the net past Adrian. And that really would open the floodgates here. Juan Mata picks up the ball on the left-hand side. The Spaniard out to Luke Shaw. Then inside to the Dutch midfielder, Daley Blind. Gets on the ball. Adrian makes a save, but Wayne Rooney, the United captain, on hand to smash home the rebound with a volley with his left foot. And it's really not looking good for us then at that moment in time. Just minutes after Pjanic scored, Blin comes forward with a wonderful ability to get past the sliding challenge of Nkulu. Adrian makes a save, but just parries it right into a danger area. And Rooney on hand to smash in the back of the net for his 6th goal of the campaign. So a tough break here, and it puts us behind the cautious. We really have to then press forward. Di Maria just adding insult to injury with a wonderful goal here. He gets it laid off by Rubio, one of United's summer signings, as a backup striker. He lays it off to the Argentine, dances around a couple defenders, and just smashes it past Adrian. You wonder if Adrian should be doing better here at his near post, but that is a rocket of a strike from Angel Di Maria, the former Real Madrid man. Oxlade-Chamberlain, just from kickoff, decides to have a go from 30 yards to see if he can beat Lindegaard, but that's a wonderful save down to his left on that low-driven shot to keep things where they stand. And from that point, we were just so stretched. I was like, you know, we're down 3-0 already. We're not going to worry about if we can see any more goals. Let's just go and see if we can do any more damage. Mata with a strike here that Adrian, you got to wonder what he's doing here. He should be doing better on. Doesn't even make a dive at it. It's a perfectly placed shot from Juan Mata, but you know, we could be doing better on our defensive coverage. We should be doing better in terms of our goalkeeping there from Adrian. A couple of goals that he would love to have back. And this game just turns into an Old Trafford debacle. I'll tell you what, it's just not really our best effort here. The defense has been a little bit sloppy. The finishing hasn't been great. And then when we have had chances, we haven't been able to put them away, especially on players' heads. You can see Carroll lays the ball beautifully for Oxlade-Chamberlain. He just sprays his shot into Rosie. Really disappointing, to be honest. We've created chances. You can't say we haven't had any chances in this game. Rabiot here coming on as a substitute late in the game, as I got some of the younger players some chances just to play and see how they would do. Rabiot came on. Rodriguez came on as he eventually tries to whip in across here, looking for the head of Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was our best player in this game. He does get to 3 points. I mean, really, when you look at this game, no one deserved 3 points for this abysmal performance we put forward, but in the fairness of the competition, we give Oxlade-Chamberlain 3 points, Aaron Cresswell 2 points, and Francisco Rodriguez, the youngster, gets 1 point coming on as a substitute. And I thought he did a nice job impacting the game. As you can see, United deserved the victory on chances. We did hold a little bit of possession, but looking at those stats, no one really did very well at all. So it's a tough way to go into the winter break and into the January transfer window. But with that, we do have a little bit to look at here. We get a youth squad report back from our scouts who've been taking a look at the players in the reserve team games, the under-21 games. Nerney looks fantastic. Other players that look fantastic for us, Scott Barber is going to be a wonderful midfielder. I think Scott Cox is a winger. Pratley as a right back is what he's shaping out to be in the under-21s. Has looked fantastic for us and shown a lot of potential. So some good young players that could be coming into the team. We then get note that the transfer market is now open and could lead to some interesting dealings. James Collins has said he wants to leave the club. Obviously, the only silver lining to Collins maybe wanting to leave is that Kiyate can't play center back. So if I can't bring in a center back, at least I'll have an option there. But I would love to keep Collins at least for the rest of the season if I could. Obviously, he wants to leave, so I'd be happy to help him out if that is the case. We then get into a squad report here just to take a look at the team. Feel free to pause it on any player. You can see how their stats are doing and how they've been improving in terms of their overall rank. Jenkinson's been fantastic for us. Obviously, center back, we're pretty strong in Kulu, Tompkins, and Winston Reed, all our first choice 11 center backs on their day. It's been surprising. I've actually would have to say of the three of them, Nkulu's probably impressed me the least, but he does have the best ability and potential, while he also is a little bit faster than the others, which helps us out, having at least one speedy center back to be able to get back and help break up plays. He hasn't played badly. Oxlade-Chamberlain's arguably been our star of the season thus far. Downing's also played really well, and of course Andy Carroll picking up the goals. Rabiot's another player that might be getting a little bit more game time because he has looked well since we decided to bring him into the team about a month ago. And he's doing well. Ravel Morrison's doing really well. So we do have a lot of depth, and that will potentially see us maybe make one or two moves, but not a whole ton. I think Carlton Cole, Morgan Amalfitano, I'd say, and Collins are our three guys that we would maybe sell if we had to, and then we'll see what we would do in deals the other way around, which will come up in the next episode. So we decided to have a look at the table. You can see heading into the halfway point of the season, we are in 5th, which is right on par with our goals. But we would love to improve on that, maybe nick the 4th Champions League spot. Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Cardiff City are the teams looking for relegation right now, though it is a little bit tight from QPR on down, just 3 points clear of the relegation place, even though they're sitting in 12th. In the Capital One Cup, you can see we will have Newcastle in our semifinal. Chelsea will be the notable team to look out for in the other semifinal. And then the Champions League to finish off here, we have Paris Saint-Germain, Besiktas, Barcelona, and Inter Milan. Juventus taking on Tottenham, Real Madrid and Lazio, Man City and Athletic Bilbao, Bayern taking on Everton, Borussia Dortmund taking on Atletico Madrid, and Manchester United will be taking on Benfica. So that'll be huge in the Champions League, and we will keep you posted on that. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and our transfer dealings will begin in episode 47. We'll see you then. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and keep watching. We'll see you. Bye-bye.